Well, I came back from the US in '89. Then I did like private party catering and stuff from the house for a few years under the name of Movable Feast after Hemingway. Then A.D. Singh and I partnered for a very short while to do just desserts, which was, as the name suggests, only desserts and coffee and live jazz kind of thing. I did that for a few months with him, and then went on to open Under the Over, which was the first sort of true to taste, if you will, Western restaurant in Bombay. We went to Bangalore and helped Protima Bedi set up Kutiram Retreat across the road from her dance village called Nityagram. We did that for a couple of years, sort of a yoga retreat, etc. And then came back to Bombay and opened up Indigo and everything after that, post '99. Sold out from the company in 2015, put up my heels for a few years, and here we are again with Qualia. Qualia is a Latin word and quality of a sensory experience. So, for example, the qualia of a tomato is like the quality of the redness of the tomato. So, it's the quality, if you will, of the essence of something or of the base ingredient. It's also the word from where quality comes from. So the whole Ambert gourd thing, I mean, over the years I've figured out that this is a flavor profile that I love. It's the reason I love pani puri and margaritas, not necessarily in that order, but and I think just generally food with nice acidity gets really bright. So all of these here, for example, are pickles that we've been doing for 8-9 months now. So they all have this sort of Ambert gourd flavor to them. They're different kinds of roots. We have aulea, we've got like lemons, we've got garlic, there's beetroot, there's mushrooms, there's all sorts of stuff, okay? And it's in all our food in some way or the other. So even in our desserts, we're doing a lot of pickling. Even at the bar, there's a lot of pickling. It's like a really nice, bright, fresh profile in the mouth, and so it's something that I love and something that I really try to experiment with. Philosophy of our cooking at Qualia, it's pretty cuisine agnostic. It is, loosely speaking, Western inspired food, very, very loosely Mediterranean-ish kind of food, for the simple reason that we have really nice wood burning hearth and grill. We have a wood burning oven, so we're doing a lot of stuff with that kind of very elemental flavors of charcoal and coal and cooking over coal and stuff like that. But I think it ends there because I come from a background of completely messed up taste buds. My mom's American or European extraction, and my father's family are Maharashtrians from the coast, just north of Goa, and so my taste buds are all over the place. So, and it's the same thing in my food. I mean, I do Western food because that was my training, but at the same time I also play with Indian flavors and Indian ingredients. Chaat or sushi, there are two ends of the spectrum. So one is clean, one is just downright dirty and I love it. I'm a great traveler. I'm a non-fussy traveler. I'm an experiential traveler. I'm not a shopper. Toothpaste, for sure. It's terrible having a grungy mouth. Cigars are always good too. And I always carry my diving insurance and diving certification. My personal sense of style, I definitely say very casual. I'm like jeans, t-shirts, shorts, t-shirts kind of guy. I'm not a suited, booted, tootin' rootin', whatever. Depends on the occasion. I mean, I've worn bangalas too, and I like to wear a bangala actually open with a tie, which I think is quite fun. A little bit different. Our pizza here is a Napolitan style, loosely, and it's entirely local ingredients, and we've like spent a lot of time developing the dough mixture so that it's really light and airy, and it has about a thickness of about that big, a nice charred crust and all that. It's good, guaranteed to grow hair on your chest. I love pork, but I also love, can I say it? Beef. Qualia is a one-off, and I do not want to do this anywhere else because it has to be what it is, where it is. It's not going to work anywhere else. We will do other concepts in other cities too and other places. I have a bunch of ideas buzzing around this bald head of mine, but Qualia will not be repeated, no. 60 is the new 40. Screw 50. True that. You mean when I turn 84? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 84? Actually, I'm more a granita de cafe person. I like coffee, granita with whipped cream and brioche. For diving, I definitely look at Indonesia, plus the food's great. I think the food's great in Spain. I also love the States, Italy, Spain. I've never been to Japan. I'm dying to go. There were a bunch of people in my time who I think, learned my craft from. You know, people like Michael Romano, who used to be the whole, who used to be the cuisine director of the Union Square Group, hospitality group. He was the chef of Union Square Cafe back in the day. I learned a lot from him. There have been several people along the way. You know, people who are doing today food that, you know, that sort of have stepped back, less sort of haute cuisine, more from the heart, less stylized. I like food like that, and I like chefs who are cooking that kind of food. There's so much pressure on chefs today, but I think it's a self-inflicted pressure too. You know, this need to be different, or the need to be ultra or hyper creative. Quite frankly, I think it's a lot of bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm going to get hammered for that. But, you know, I think food is about eating, and I think it's very important that you always keep that in mind in the back of whatever you're doing. It needs to be nonplussed, you know. It should be something that you can relate to, you know, both in terms of textures, taste. It has to be able to strike a chord somewhere, maybe with your gustatory or olfactory path. But I think food as architecture or food as chemistry and creation, whatever is, I don't know, it's too out in left field for me. I mean, you know, I studied biochemical engineering and I understand the chemistry of it all, but to me, I don't know, it's theater. I don't think it's food. There's this guy called Atul Kazbekar. I don't know if you know him.